How far would you go to gain a mental edge or lose an addiction? Would you strap electrodes to your scalp? It's the hottest new answer to what ails you, whether your problem is poor concentration or chain smoking. How does it work? And is it too good to be true? Here's ABC's Neil Karlinski.
It's about 3:30, and this will be my third cigarette of the day.
Jessie Stevens is a smoker looking for a way out.
This will be my fourth cigarette of the day.
How bad does she want to quit? You might be surprised. The 24-year-old is at the University of New Mexico, where she is willingly going through a low-grade form of shock therapy, a combination of meditation and what's called brain stimulation, powered by a simple 9-volt battery.
We've got you all set up here, so we'll just jump right into the meditation, if that's okay with you?
Sure.
And in California,
I'm putting saline solution on the sponges.
J.D. Leadham has given up his morning jolt of coffee for something a bit stronger. Leadham's morning boost almost sounds like he's jump-starting a car. He takes an actual jolt of electricity straight to his brain. This simple device, strategically placed on J.D.'s skull, could it be a real-life thinking cap?
I definitely think it's effective. I've stopped drinking coffee altogether. I used to drink 2, 3, 4 cups a day, and now just doing one short tDCS session in the morning is enough to carry me throughout the entire day.
It's called tDCS, transcranial direct current stimulation. Its users believe it can help sharpen focus and improve memory, coordination, and learning. Even though this form of brain stimulation is totally unregulated, YouTube is filled with people
I instantly feel very good, very calm.
posting their own DIY videos.
There's definitely current going through my skull.
Claiming it's a virtual miracle treatment that can make people smarter and more focused, reduce anxiety and ease pain. Among them, video gamers,
I do feel pretty focused.
who believe their skills have improved by hooking themselves up to tDCS kits. JD first heard about tDCS in college and says he used it as a supercharged learning aid.
I went in to take the test. I thought I was going to fail, but it turned out that I got an A, and I could actually remember looking at the questions on the test and remembering concepts down to the very paragraph that they were located in the book.
Scientists in controlled clinical studies around the world have been researching tDCS's impact on the human brain for years. The military even wants in on it, funding some of the cutting-edge research now being done at the University of New Mexico's Clinical Neuroscience Center to figure out if brain stimulation can make soldiers sharper.
We're going to do this for 30 minutes, basically running a weak current through 2 moistened sponge electrodes.
In this experiment, student volunteers run through a series of threat assessments on a computer monitor, similar to what soldiers train with, to see if they perform better with their brains hooked up to 9-volt batteries.
It feels like when your leg goes numb, not that bad at all though. Oh, now I can feel it. Now I can feel it.
Is this freaking you out, or are you okay?
I'm fine. It's interesting though.
Yeah.
Just a little electrical stuff can make you feel that way.
Unlike traditional shock therapy, in which a patient is put under general anesthesia and a seizure is intentionally triggered, tDCS is very low power and, for many, hardly noticeable.
Are you feeling smarter?
No, not so far.
Are you feeling less smart?
No, if anything, slightly uncomfortable, but nothing major.
Dr. Vincent Clark
placed this over that area.
Is heading up the research here at what's become ground zero for some of the most comprehensive studies into tDCS.
We can double learning rate in people.
Let me hold you there. You really believe you are doubling learning rate?
We have a number of studies. We've replicated a number of times. And each time we're able to at least double learning rate in people.
It's so interesting, in describing this, you almost make it sound like a performance-enhancing drug.
It can be used to enhance performance. So, like a pharmaceutical, it influences brain function in a way that might produce benefits.
I came up with this design right here.
Which brings us back to J.D. Leadham. At 25, he founded The Brain Stimulator, a business he started in his mom's garage.
I put the first device that I ever built up on eBay, and it sold overnight, and the next one I put up sold within an hour. So I figured I might be onto something. Come on, let me show you how everything's done.
Today, he's expanded into a factory.
This is a row where everything gets wired up and quality control tested.
He claims he ships between 25 and 50 devices a day for $90 a pop. Demand is so high, he needs help from his mom, uncle, even his grandmother.
Alaska, Texas, New York, 2 in New York, Brazil.
That's despite the fact that his website comes complete with the warning, the brain stimulator is not a medical device. And the results are from our findings and may be incomplete and/or completely wrong. Do not view this data as absolute fact. He says he isn't worried about being called a modern-day snake oil salesman and believes the market for brain stimulation is only growing.
Probably a good 20 orders here. It could turn into something like in the wearables market, where it's common to see people walking around with these devices on their head. Or it could stay as more of something that people like to do in their house or in private.
But could he be playing with fire?
These devices have been shown to be safe when they're done in controlled trials, but no one's studied home devices to know, is it safe to give someone a unit and let them use it at home? That's very different.
We asked ABC's Dr. Richard Besser, can't all this home brain stimulation be dangerous?
The studies that have looked at this haven't found any harms. It's a safe thing to do. What we don't really know is short-term, long-term, does it really work?
Following her session, Jessie, so desperate to quit smoking, says she feels a bit better and craves cigarettes less.
It's the day after my treatment, and I have still yet to have a cigarette.
But is it the brain stimulation? She thinks her results might just be from the meditation, not what came out of that battery.
But you're a skeptic.
I am a skeptic. I am definitely a skeptic.
She's not alone.
You know, I have to be a skeptic and wonder, well, if it's so great, why isn't everyone doing it? Why isn't there more research being done? Why is it just, a lab in New Mexico that has this secret?
I think part of it is it's so new that nobody has heard of it yet. A lot of the big studies that need to be done, safety studies and large clinical trials, haven't been done yet because they're very expensive.
Dr. Clark says buying a homemade kit might be risky because no one yet knows if there could be long-term effects. And while he is a believer when it comes to easing pain and helping with learning, even he is cautious.
Do you stimulate your brain?
I have in the past, but I don't typically. I don't need it. I don't drink coffee either. I don't feel like I need it,
I'm Neil Karlinski for Nightline in Albuquerque, New Mexico.